brakes at all. The foot pedal's not even working. Hopefully nobody's coming. I can't see shit. I'm Wrecker Rick and you're watching Murphy's Diesel, and we are very close to getting this 1981 Kenworth Cabover on the road, folks. It's got a bad fuel leak. We're going to address that. It has no brakes. So if we can get the brakes fixed and the fuel leak stopped, we could get this thing on the road today and start making the long journey back to northern Arizona. If this thing will hold together. I found a pump yesterday with some new friends I made here in Wilcox. They just happened to have an old PT pump sitting on the shelf. But this thing is leaking all over the place. So I've got to figure out why it's leaking. We may have to go scrounge up some more parts. Got all the parts swapped over. I'm going to drop this old PT pump in here real quick. Then we'll see if she's going to fire up. Probably going to have to reprime the fuel system.
Mommy, can you open sucker?
You want that sucker? Are you having fun? Here.
Well, hell. Well, hand me some starting fluid out of the truck. Alright girls, well let's call her a night. It's actually darker than it looks, folks. And this new pump is blowing diesel all over the place.
I want to go to the pool.
And I've got to go swimming, so stand by.
Let's go, Dayton. Get your cars.
Why is that been small than this one is big?
I think because it's got to be blown up or something. It is small, huh, Smoke? Well, I'll tell you what, folks.
Yes, yes, yes!
This thing comes in a small package. Alright, let's open it.
Play on it!
Look at it, you guys got a box.
Yeah, now we got a box.
Talk about 6 pounds of bed in a 3-pound sack, folks.
Do they laugh at scary stuff?
Who?
The folks.
Holy hell. Boy, that thing had some horsepower behind it. They should warn a guy. Boy, there's nothing like getting a new bed, huh, folks?
We have a mission. Stand by.
That's right, folks. We've got a mission. The mission is to trial this bed for the next 2 months, and we'll get back to you and see how we've been sleeping. Yeah. Stand by, folks. Well, folks, I'll tell you what. For the last 2 months, I feel like I've been sleeping at a Best Western. Today's sponsor, Brooklyn Bedding, has the most comfortable mattress I have ever slept on. I've had this baby for a couple of months now, and let me tell you, it's been real nice. So I run a little on the hot side, folks. I opted for the Aura Luxe cooling mattress because we got that Arizona dry heat. So when I was looking at the Brooklyn Bedding mattresses, I knew I had to have myself one of these cooling mattresses. And let me tell you, this baby supports my body in all the right places. My sleep quality has really improved, which helps me in my day-to-day activities, like entertaining you folks and running multiple businesses. And Brooklyn Bedding offers a 120-night sleep trial. You can try this thing out for 120 nights, folks. And the best part about all this is these mattresses are designed, assembled, and shipped right out of their Arizona factory. They're from my home state. And I'll tell you what, if you want to feel the way I do, like you slept at a Best Western last night, then get yourself a Brooklyn Bedding mattress, because I love mine, and I bet you will too. If you're looking to get yourself a new bed, then go to brooklynbedding.com/Murphy'sDiesel. You could click on this link below and get yourself 30% off by using code Murphy'sDiesel. I'm gonna have to check and see if Brooklyn Bedding makes a mattress for this old 81 Kenworth.
Day 5 in Wilcox, Arizona. I think we're ready to go home. This truck is really turning into be a bigger money pit than it was supposed to be. We just need the cab, and I'm pretty sure that we're dumping so much money into it, and time, obviously, with Wrecker Rick. So anywho, update on our end with the kiddos. We just got back from swimming. We did some school work because they're 5 and 3. They're learning how to write their names. And yeah, we're just chilling, waiting on Wrecker Rick to get back here. Take us for some food.
Another problem I've got is all of these airlines have been sitting for the last 20 years. And this thing doesn't hold air. The brakes are caged, so it has no brakes. We're gonna want at least one wheel to stop us. But I've got a plan, folks. And the plan is, I'm gonna isolate one tank. I'm gonna get rid of that tank. I'm gonna get rid of that tank. And I'm gonna isolate this tank. I'm gonna run a new line from the air compressor to this tank right here. And I'm gonna bypass all the air on this truck except for the rear brakes. That's it. And then I'm gonna put a little hand valve inside the cab to operate my brakes in case I need to stop this bad Larry. If not, I'm gonna have to redo every airline on this thing. All the airlines under the dash are leaking. All the airlines in the frame rails are leaking. Everything. And I'm not gonna do that. I think the problem was they had this plugged off. So I put a return line to my other return line right here, creating too much pressure because that valve that was leaking is a pressure relief valve, and it was trying to shove 5 pounds of shit into a 3-pound sack. Let's try it. I got a bypass line on there. Let's see if she'll run. My starter switch went out on me. We're back to manually arcing it over. Okay, I'm gonna have to beat on the starter again, because this brand new starter has to be beat on to get it to start. Pretty cool, huh? You gotta be handy with a wrench, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep. I've nicknamed this truck the Hell Bitch. If you've ever seen Lonesome Dove, then you know why I have nicknamed it that. You know, Captain Call's horse. It's because it's a dapple gray and it's relentless. You just can't break it. I put a bigger switch on there, bigger wire. It's a 50 amp switch. The other one was 30 amp switch. Kept burning it up. I got some more ether, got some more diesel fuel. Oh yeah, didn't even spill a drop. Just kind of worried that it might be sucking a little air, so I topped her off with a little bit of diesel. Take this old plug out of here so I can shoot some ether in there, huh? Get her to fire off. Maybe. I got this little jubby. Boy, that engine doesn't sound good. Almost sounds like bearings, main bearings. Well, we'll see how far she makes it. We got her running about as good as she's gonna get. I'm gonna throw an air governor on it, see if she'll build air. It's only building air to about 45. I'm gonna see if this air governor will get it up past 45 and see what happens then. I think we might have to isolate a tank and run some air lines on a ball valve. If not, stand by. Got a fresh governor here. I'm gonna let this cab down and see what my air pressure's at. See if we can't get some air pressure building, and then we're gonna get out of here. I think she's ready to hit the road. Well, at least ready for a first test drive. It's got a little bit of brakes. I got it to build up. I don't think the gauge is reading properly. It says it's building up to 65, but pretty sure it's building up more. We've got to ratchet strap that tank down. We got to ratchet strap the cab down. We got to get that tank up there. I don't know how I'm gonna get it up there. I guess with my Warrior winch. I'll suck it up there with that. Maybe off of that. Snatch block. Boom. Then we gotta put some fuel in this bad Larry. Aside from that, I think we're ready. I gotta tape up some hot wires. Maybe release the brakes in the back. They're caged, so if all the air pressure goes away, I don't have brakes. Maybe I'll uncage them and see how that goes. We're gonna get this tank loaded on the back of this bad Larry and clean up our trash. Then we're gonna be ready for a test drive. Stand by. Got my little Warrior winch in the box. I never leave home without it. And I never leave home without my Wrecker Rick rope kit from Yankum. You could get yourself one of these at murphysdieselstore.com. You could also get yourself a Wrecker Rick rope kit at murphysdieselstore.com. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna run a high line right up there and I'll just drag this sucker right up the side of this. I'll have my remote handy so I can just hit it and walk it up there. Boy, it's gonna be slick. So this bad little Larry right here comes with everything you need to do any recovery you want. Just about. But it comes with clevis, comes with a couple of slings, comes with the bare essentials, and you could go to Yankum if you want more gear than what it comes with. Has a little remote control with it. It's got power cables, go to a battery. It's got a little snatch block with it. Just like that. She's ready to rock and roll. I think that's gonna work. I mean, I would manhandle this bad Larry up here, but it's got like 35 gallons of fuel in it. It's a little too much for the old Wrecker Rick here, you know? I gotta lock the free spool in. Whoa, cowboy. Oh yeah. See, I've already got a winch on my 81 kW, just like that. Pretty slick, huh, folks?
More?
Yeah. Hold it. All right, let it off. I mean to tell you, I never leave home without a couple of Wrecker Rick rope slings, Wrecker Rick rope, and my little winch. Later on, Mrs. Wrecker Rick will probably have to pull me off the highway with the Wrecker Rick rope, so it's worth its weight in gold. If you're interested in this bad Larry or Wrecker Rick rope kit, go to murphysdieselstore.com. Say hi, Smoke. No, Smoke's gonna help us get this fuel tank strapped down and get our gear shift knob on. I gotta get the other heathen out.
I want to get out.
She wants to get out, folks.
I'm crazy today.
You're crazy today? You're crazy every day. We gotta get our gear shift knob installed. How about that bad boy, huh? Because if I'm gonna drive this bad Larry 5 hours home, I'm not gonna have a stick digging into my hand. Is that a stick shift, or are you just happy to see me? You get it, babe?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I get it.
I wonder if it's gonna fit. Oh, dang, look at that. Unbelievable! We're gonna be trucking in no time. Little stiff. But I guarantee you 5 hours of shifting this bad Larry's gonna take care of that. Got a radiator cap.
Oh, Napa just had everything, huh?
Yeah, this Napa here in Wilcox is one of the best Napas I've ever seen. It's crazy. Gotta throw my radiator cap on too. Better top her off while we're at it, huh? Some of this good Wilcox high quality H2O. Oh yeah. She's topped off. Boom. How about that? Windshield washer fluid right there in the sleeper, huh? It's kind of cool. Cabovers are so cool.
What are you doing?
Oh, getting all this stuff out of the cab. All this heavy stuff, so when the brakes go out on this bad Larry and I roll it, it doesn't hit me in the head.
Excuse me? That's not gonna happen.
What? What's not gonna happen? The brakes go out?
Yeah.
Well, if they do go out, it won't have any brakes. This doesn't have an emergency brake. I got the brakes cage, so if I lose air pressure, I won't have any brakes.
I didn't hear that.
And neither did you guys. So a lot of people don't know how to properly use a ratchet strap. What's that, babe? You want me to tell you more? Oh, okay.
Please tell me more, babe.
I'll tell you, but it's gonna cost you. So a lot of folks, they take and they pull the tail down tight, and then they start ratcheting like that. That is incorrect. So what you want to do is you want to pull it back till you got some slack in it, like yay. And then you ratchet it in. The reason why is because you want 3 wraps on that drum right there. Because if it doesn't have 3 wraps on there, it won't hold it. You ever have a ratchet strap come loose? You ratchet it down tight and you're like, God, why does this thing got slack in it now? Well, that's why. Because you got to have wraps around the drum of the ratchet so it'll hold itself in there. If you don't, it'll just slip through the drum. Bet you didn't know that, huh, babe?
You only tell me every time I use a ratchet strap.
You're welcome. All right, last thing to do, I think, is I gotta electrical tape my ignition switch up.
Why isn't it inside the cab?
Because I like to party, and I like my ignition switch to party. Because I don't have enough wire to make it go inside the cab, and I'd have to run down to Napa and buy some more. So this baby is getting mounted right here underneath the cab. And what's the worst that's gonna happen? I stall this thing out in the middle of rush hour traffic and I gotta jump out and flip my switch to get it started. Probably ought to get some fire extinguishers, huh?
Who knew Wilcox had so many hot rods around?
Shit. Who knew Paul Walker was still alive? How do you like that? I just taped it all up and my wire fell out. Good job, Wrecker Rick. Way to crimp that wire in there. Murphy's Law. I don't know if I got any more of those connectors.
What color connector?
Yellow.
Yeah, I just tossed one in the box. Oh, the problem is that I put it in this box because I thought it was trash. So joke's on me. Ha 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 ha. Seriously? Oh my gosh, all the way at the bottom. The things you do for love, the things you do for love. I would do anything, but I won't do that.
Got the new one on there. Just gotta tape her up. They used to call me Electrician Rick.
What are we just talking about?
Alright, well it ain't pretty, but I believe it'll work. And then I just... boom. She's ready for a trip around the block, babe. I'll tell you what, we got some fuel capacity. We could probably go from here to Alaska. You know what I mean, babe?
Obviously.
Take the old Wrecker Rick rope off and strap this cab down.
And let's go home.
Yeah, let's go home.
Not to our cabin.
Not to our cabin?
To the trailer.
Not to our cabin. She doesn't want to go home to the ranch. She wants to go back to the trailer. She's like a seahorse, folks. She loves the water. If she could live in RV parks with pools for the rest of her life, she probably would. You want to go to Alaska?
Yeah.
They have swimming pools. We got to strap the cab down because the cab lock is broke and also the hinges in the front are broken. If I hit the brakes too hard, this cab is liable to just come all the way off. Got his toolbox on the back. I wonder if he's looking for a job. I'm always looking for a good wrench. All right, folks, we're ready. We're gonna hit the road. Hopefully it doesn't shut off because I won't have any brakes.
I want to go to the trailer.
What's going on? Good, how are you? What's that? Yes, sir. Local truck repair service trying to sell me a toolbox. Pretty nice snap-on box back there. I offered it to Diesel Boots. I don't know, we may be taking a toolbox home with us.
I mean, okay.
I'm gonna jump in here and fire this old dog up, back it up a little bit. We got a little bit of a mess here we need to clean up. Always leave it cleaner than you found it, folks. Nice. Well, I'll tell you, that gear shift is nice, boy. You gonna start? What? Unbelievable. I mean, purrs like a kitten. Woo! I need myself a Marlboro. This is a manual? The hell bitch is ready to drive around the block. Stand by.
That is not going to be the name.
Boy, I'll tell you, what a rush, folks. We're gonna put a tarp under this. It drove, I'd say a couple miles. So I think it passed the test. I think it's good for 400 miles. You know, that's the test, right? 2 miles. But we are staying here for the night, and then we're gonna load up early in the morning and we're gonna head northbound. But we're gonna go grab some tarps because we don't want another scenario like the last RV park, which I don't think these people would be like that because they're actually Arizona natives, and I've already talked to them. They're like, whatever, you guys are cool. But anyway, we're gonna go grab some tarps and probably like 10 fire extinguishers. First, I'm gonna disconnect these batteries because we don't want this thing burning down in their parking lot. Have you seen my little crescent wrench?
In the trailer. It's the last place I saw it.
Good thing I got a service truck right here. Hope y'all don't mind I'm borrowing it.
Is that a 7/16?
9/16.
Damn.
Ah, it's hot.
What did you just touch?
The exhaust?
I thought that's not even connected.
What?
Oh, that one. The other one's
Do you
not.
think this is a fake stack? That other one's not a stack. The other one's an air breather.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Alright, now it won't burn down in their parking lot. Got us some fire extinguishers. The hell bitch ain't getting off that easy.
Stop calling it the hell bitch. It's not gonna be called the hell bitch.
Yes, it is. I guess you could call it HB. When I was a kid, my dad and his friends would all be like, that is one heck of a bitch, let me tell you. That bitch dog, that is my best bitch dog right there. Get your mind out of the gutter, babe. Bitch is not a foul word. We used to have to do this with our concrete trucks when we were pouring Amazon buildings. Fun fact for you, folks. I used to have a concrete business. I had 10 mixer trucks and 2 portable plants. And we used to pour Amazon buildings. And we'd have to put a tarp under them like this because when we drove indoors, we couldn't leak oil on the Amazon floors. Pretty cool, huh? Remember those days, babe?
Oh yeah, I remember those days. I was 5 months pregnant with Dayton when you went to California, and then I birthed Dayton, and on the day of her birth, you flew in on a plane from California, I'm pretty sure, on the day that I went into the hospital to have her.
All that counts is I made it. How about that sunset?
It's the Arizona, like, stripes.
Yeah. Looks like the Arizona flag, don't it? We're gonna take these little psychopaths swimming, and then we're gonna go grab some shut-eye and do some other things. We'll see you in the morning. Boy, I'll tell you, folks, I feel like I slept at a Best Western last night. We're getting ready to hit the road. I gotta wrap this trailer up. I gotta clean the back of my truck out. I gotta clean the back of your truck out. Hook it up to the trailer, and then we're gonna be northbound. So I gotta have this rig completely ready for Mrs. Wrecker Rick to drive, so she could pull out, and then I pull out. Actually, she's probably gonna follow me. I don't wanna get behind her. If I lose my brakes, I'll run into the back of her. I don't wanna have to dodge her and the kids, you know what I mean? No, I think I'm gonna hook up an emergency air line, because the problem is that air compressor's worn out. It's not building enough air to release the brake chambers. So I'm thinking what I might do is do an exhaust line and hook them up directly to the tank with an exhaust line, so I can just open that exhaust line, dump the air if I lose my brakes. I don't know, it's gonna work though. It's kind of an ordeal when we move spots, because I gotta drain all my tanks on this. I gotta clean everything up, stow it. Takes about an hour. Stand by. How'd you sleep, love bug? Well, I guess we can go ahead and hook this up. Dripped some oil last night. We're gonna need these batteries hooked up if we're gonna trek the I-10 390 miles. I got my fire extinguishers locked and loaded, like a couple of 6-shooters hanging off the hips of old Hellbit here. You always gotta keep your pocket wrench handy. They used to call me Pocket Wrench Rick. They used to call me Fire Slayer Rick. Well, let's see if she's gonna fire up this morning. Whoa, she's in gear. That was a close one. You gotta watch these old worn out Cabovers, they'll fool ya. There she is. One more time. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. There it is. Let's get some air built up in this bad Larry. She's got good oil pressure. Boy, that don't sound good. Right where I left him. Still can't jump in here, huh? Come on. About as ready as we're gonna be. The old K-Whopper still don't have brakes. I mean, it has brakes, but it doesn't have any emergency brakes. So if it quits running and all the air drains out, I won't be able to stop. Let's hope it doesn't quit running.
Are you driving?
No, Mom's driving. I'm gonna drive the old truck. Stay in. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready, Smoke?
Uh-huh.
Ready?
Ready?
Love you. We're finally pulling out, folks. This campground's pretty tight for that rig. Old Big Booty Judy looks pretty good in front of that Brinkley. Mrs. Wrecker Rick sure is a truck driving son of a... It's now or never. We're hitting the road. And there's no power steering either. Oh, we have no brakes at all. The foot pedal's not even working. Build a little air here. Hopefully nobody's coming. I can't see shit. How about that? Stuck in high range. Boy, it's gonna be a long trip.
my life driving over here. Anyways, I just realized that my trailer brakes aren't working, my lights aren't working or anything, so let's go see why. Hopefully we don't have the same situation we had when we were trying to get up here. No, my husband didn't even plug the dang trailer in, so that's what I get for not checking, huh?
Is it leaking?
Up front right here, it's leaking something.
A lot or a little?
Depends on what you call a lot, babe. You're leaking a little bit in the back. There's a puddle already on the ground, so I'd say a lot, in my opinion. That's not
a little.
That's a little?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't have trailer brakes.
I don't
or
have
lights,
any brakes either.
So, just an FYI.
I don't have any brakes, and I don't have any low gears
Why
either.
is that smoking in there?
It's vapor from diesel. Throwing some diesel in it, and we're gonna hit the highway. All I got is high gears. I don't know what's going on, but my splitter's stuck. Can't go into low, so that's good. At least we don't have just low gears. We'd have another scenario like coming back from Georgia where I could only do 45. At least this way I could get her up into 85. Kind of debating on whether I should go buy a compressor and throw it on the back of this so I got brakes.
Where do your lights hook up to?
They don't go to anything. That's the least of our worries, babe. I mean, literally, when I rolled in here, I had brakes up to about right there.
Yeah.
And then right here, it stopped me. I stopped to right there, and then right here, it just free rolled because all the air bled out.
Huh.
So, like, what I worry about is like going up this right here. What if I stall going up that? Now I'm gonna catch speed going backwards because I'm not gonna have any brakes.
Where can we get an air compressor?
Napa's got one.
Hello, Napa. Take our money. You've been taking it all week. Take some more.
So I think I'll back into that parking spot right there and we'll run over and grab one. Well, this might be it. We've made it a mile. So the engine's wanting to seize up. You could hear a bearing in there. I think it's a cam bearing going bad. It's hot today. I think this last mile, that cam bearing got really hot. I'm gonna let it cool down and see if it'll fire back up, but might be all she wrote.
Good thing we only want the cab anyways, right?
Well, I at least wanted it to drive home. I mean, do you know how much a tow is gonna cost us from here?
Well, I mean, you're the one who wants to drive it home. Could have brought a slide axle with us or a low boy from the get-go.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh yeah. One more time, folks. That's my girl. So I'm a little worried about not having brakes and not having any low gears. So we're gonna run and grab an air compressor and I'm gonna slap on the back of this so I got brakes. Because this air compressor isn't building enough air to run my brakes. It'll run them, but just barely. I need a new air compressor for one of my service trucks anyway. Well, we found one here in Napa. And boy, I'll tell you, it's really getting into my billfold on this trip.
So better go get some more straps, Wrecker Rig. How are we getting that in here?
I don't know. Guess I'll have to get behind the wheel of that bad later. I didn't know they had a forklift. We're just gonna load it in the back of the pickup so I can load it right onto the catwalk. Hold on, can you shift that way? Hold on, you're gonna break my light. Come down. Whoa, whoa, come down. There you go, all right, in. Perfect, right there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I'm a proud owner of a pile of Carlisle now. A guy can't be too cautious these days. You can't just be running around out there with no brakes. You know, it's not the fact that I'm worried about wrecking or something like that. It's the fact that I'm worried about rolling back behind a stoplight like this on this hill because I don't have any low gears. If I had low gears, I wouldn't worry about it, but the fact that I don't have any low gears makes me a little leery. So I think the easiest solution is to run air to this thing, and then we know we got brakes. It's probably not gonna make it past this exit anyway, so $4,000 just shot in the head.
No comment.
You got something to spend $4,000 on rather than an air compressor, babe?
Yes, I do.
What?
You don't want to know.
I mean like something more useful.
Side by side.
Side by side?
Yeah,
They
like a
sell
little
side by
Razor.
side for $4,000. You could
Well.
pick one up for 4,000.
Close.
We already got one that you don't use.
I do too use it.
I hope your attitude has been adjusted, young lady, because we got 400 miles to go, and I'm about chock full of it already. We better gas her up, make sure she works before I go through all the trouble of loading her up. Probably better top her off with premium, huh, for this high performance rig. Well, I just muscled this bad Larry onto the back of this catwalk, and Mrs. Wrecker Rick didn't film one iota. That's all you gotta say.
I'm blaming you still, so but you can blame me.
She says I handed her the camera and I should have handed it to her recording. Well, at least Mrs. Wrecker Rick got to see me muscle it on there. Let's see if it fires up. Probably should have checked that before we put it on here. One pull? Unbelievable! Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to adjust this little jobby right here, back this jam nut off, and then we adjust this to what PSI we want it to run at. Because we don't want to overload the system with, 190 PSI. We only want to put about, I'm going to put like 90 in there because it's old lines. Hopefully, I've got the air compressor on, I got it plumbed, I got a ratchet strap down, I got about 80 pounds of air going into the system, got all the brakes working. We're ready to hit the road. I'm gonna go help Mrs. Wrecker Rick hook back up to her trailer, and hopefully that's it. It's hot though, I'll tell you what. Probably should have done this at night, except for I'd have to get all the lights working on it. I think this is it. I think we're finally hitting the road. Sure does look sharp with that green compressor on the back though. Do a walk around here real quick, and first, I better start my air compressor. Come on, baby, one more time. That a girl. Oh yeah, time to hit the open road. We got brakes, little touchy. Coming through, people, clear a path. Come on, baby, we just gotta make it to the highway. We got the green. Oh yeah. Woo! We're doing it now. Oh yeah, get on up there, girl. Boy, I'll tell you, she'll walk the dog. Only 390 more miles to go. Nothing like feeling the wind in your beard, folks, after a hard week's work. I got the hell bitch's number. Looks like she was taken care of at some point. Uh-oh. Something gave way. He's dead. We are so close, only 382 miles to go. It's definitely burning water. That's steam coming out of the blow-by.
The day is basically over. We've made it, I don't know, a few miles on the interstate. Of course, I have no idea what's going on up there. I'm just giving traffic control on the exit.
Maybe the cylinders are filling up with water. Well, looks like we're going to have to tow this bad, Larry. Whoa! That did not sound good. She just seized up, folks. Game over. Time for a wrecker. But first we're going to have to hook the old Wrecker Rick rope to it. Get it off the highway. The engine just seized up. Yeah.
Good thing we didn't care about that engine. Well, we cared about it to get home, but not after we get it home.
That's why I always keep a Wrecker Rick rope handy. If you're in need of a Wrecker Rick rope, you can go to murphysdieselstore.com and get yourself one. Never know when you might need one. To pull your 1981 K-Whopper off the highway, maybe. You gonna be able to handle this, babe? All right, where we're going is right over there. See our trailer over there? We detached over there. We're gonna pull this to that parking lot and get it off the highway. Maybe we should pop the old clutch and see if that'll break her loose, huh? Whoopsie daisy. We made it to the parking lot. I'm gonna stow this bad, Larry. We'll be right back. We're gonna go grab a wrecker, come back, snag this bad, Larry, and make the rest of the trip home. The hell bitch got me. I wouldn't say it's a total loss, folks. On the bright side, you know, I won't have to drive my truck and trailer the full 390 miles. I'm only gonna have to come 380. I'm gonna call that a win. So I guess the hell bitch didn't get me. You thought I was gonna have to go all the way to Wilcox to pick this up. Joke's on you, folks. Well, the joke's on whoever thought I was gonna have to go all the way to Wilcox to pick this up. We're gonna throw this air compressor in here so it doesn't get stolen. Another reason I love toy haulers. That's why I put a push connect on there, because I knew I'd be doing this. At least we got a new air compressor out of the deal, babe. You got a pallet jack, babe?
Nope. Do you want me to move it?
Yeah.
Back to the front?
Yeah.
He's a genius, folks. May have messed up my new Brinkley door, but he's still a genius.
Well, at least we're going home, babe. We're gonna go grab the ranch truck and then load this on it, and then we'll be northbound. Stand by. Better disconnect the batteries so this thing don't burn down in their parking lot here, huh? Can't wait to cut the cab up on this thing. I'm gonna cut you hell so good. I'm gonna cut you deep after what you've done to me. Just kidding. I love you. I wouldn't do that to you. All right, let's go. We got the ranch truck loaded up. We are headed south. We're gonna go grab the hell bitch, and then we're coming back to Ash Fork so we could get that cab ripped off of her and get it onto the 10x10. Stand by. We have this unspoken connection. We don't even have to say a word to each other. He knows what I need and I know what he needs. We're hitting the highway. Stand by. We made it back out here. Hopefully our truck's still here. We just got off the highway. We're gonna pull into this parking lot and find out. Well, it's still here. I was hoping I wouldn't have to load it up. I'm just kidding. We gotta have it. That's the cab for the 10x10.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm grabbing some drinks and some snacks because it's been a long day and it's gonna be a long night going back, so.
Right where I left her. Well, Diesel Boots replaced this one, but he didn't check this one. We got an airline flopping around. Murphy's Law. Threads are chingered up. Nothing the old pocket knife won't fix. They used to call me Vice Grip Hand Rick. Anything else need fixing around here? Well, besides the big cam? You running the winch or you steering this bad, Larry? Because the batteries in our remote are dead.
I'll steer. I could run the controls, but this will probably be the only time I'll be behind the wheel of this thing, so.
Well, I hope she ate her Wheaties today because there ain't no power steering in that bad, Larry. There you go.
This is hard to do one-handed. Is that good? I might have to put you guys down.
That's good. It's a $500 camera coming out of your check.
Good job, babe.
Thank you. Looks way cooler on a trailer anyway. We should have just dragged the cab up on the trailer and just left the rest of the truck here. That wouldn't be very Christian. Stand by, folks. We're headed back up to God's country. We're gonna get this cab tore off and throw it on the 10x10.
What do you get when Swift leaves a parking lot?
Recovery?
2 parking spots.
You know what Swift stands for? Spelled like the abbreviation of Swift is? So what? I fucking tried.
That's a good one.
Oh boy, the old cat is tired. I'll tell you what, this old cat will walk the dog a lot more than that big cam in the back will.
I said the ranch truck is such a cool truck.
Yeah, it'd be a lot cooler if it's a flat top.
I like it the way it is.
I'd like it a lot better if it's a flat top. We made it back to the shop. We're getting the old hell bitch in the shop so we could do this cab swap. Because that 10x10 over there is a poor sight and it needs a Kenworth cab on it. I guess I better cage this brake so it'll come out of there. For those of you that don't know what caging a brake is, you got a brake chamber. And inside here there's a huge spring and it applies the brake shoes to the drum. So when all the air goes out of the system, it engages the brakes. So when a truck loses all its air pressure, a spring inside here engages the brakes and it sets the emergency brake. The truck won't move without air. And being that this truck won't run, you've got to cage the brake on it so you can roll it around. But when you do cage the brakes, then it has no brakes. So what you got is a cage bolt. Just goes in there, slides in a little slot. Throw you a little washer on there. Throw you a little nut on there. And just like that, the brakes are released. You compress that spring and it releases the brakes. Fun fact for you. Now she'll roll off of there without hanging up. I don't know. Is that gonna fit on that? So I'm thinking we have to do a little cutty, like right here. And then come up like that. Cut this whole jobby off. Maybe cut this off at an angle. Right here. Crossed. What do y'all think? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking this thing might be a crew cab. Put another door right there? Unbelievable. Cut these fenders back a little bit more. We don't need that. A crew cab Cabover. Dang, I don't know if it gets any cooler than that. A crew cab 10x10 Cabover. Let's pull a measurement and see where we're gonna be. 86 inches. 67. 86. It's gonna be about right here. I think we can make that work. Here, let's measure how wide it is. Good? 95 inches. 95 inches. It's like it was made to go on here. Well, we're gonna get this old cab tore off, and we're gonna get the hell's cab tore off, and we're gonna get them swapped out. Y'all stay classy.